You need to be active. There will be energy in the house. I know him. I've worked with him for 2.5 years. Bring out your phone. David Brown is coming. You walk. You will enjoy that session because it's going to be mind blowing. When it's done and I ask you, is it mind blowing? You will know the answer to give me. Now, who is David Brown? Now, David Brown has over 25 years of experience in financial modeling.
Start right away. All right. So here we are. So what we're going to talk about, introduction to Power Platform, an overview of practical case studies. Some people are going to share just short case studies to see how it really works in real life. And start learning. So I know a lot of us want to learn and want to get certifications. So I'm going to show you how to get those certifications. And by the way, that we're going to post a lot of stuff on our Telegram group. There's a Telegram group that I'll share with you so you can, everything that I'm going to talk about is going to be posted there. So you can download it from there. Then you're going to win a training. So somebody here is going to win $1,000 training on Power BI. Somebody's going to win that. Who's going to win it? Just put your hand up. Okay. Okay, let's see. We'll see who's going to win that. We have some consolation prizes. Q&A at the end. So we'll have about 15 minutes Q&A. And yeah, so first thing I want you to do is go to this site on your phone, polev.com/dbrown. polev.com/dbrown. So there's some questions I want to ask to know our audience. When you go to polev.com, you go there to ask you for the room, and the room is D Brown, or just /D Brown. Okay, so this is the first question. What do you do? Remember, polev.com. POLLEV.com/dbrown. Network issues. No, internet is getting better in Nigeria. Don't worry. Yes. So while you're waiting, I'll tell you a little bit about myself while you're waiting. And I started, I think David told you something about Excel. So Excel has been a friend of mine for a very long time. And actually, it's going to be a friend of you when you get to work because Excel is like the fix-it-all tool. Who uses Excel here? Great. So it's like a fix-it-all tool, but instead of, sometimes it gets really complex and very complicated. So a lot of what the Power Platform does, a lot of stuff can be done in Excel, but in a far easier way, right? When you're looking at data, everything we're going to talk about today is data. Data is where it starts from. Any accountants in the house? Accountants, only 2 accountants in the whole, that's a big problem. You know, most companies, you start with an accountant and you end the company with an accountant. Do you know that? You can't have a company without an accountant. Somebody should defend their profession. Shout it out. What do? You're not defending your profession. You have to ginger yourself. Defend your profession. I'm an accountant, so that's what I'm saying. You have to have an accountant to start the business. And then if the business is winding down, who winds it down? An accountant. So a very good profession to have. Anyway, so anybody answered? No, nobody has logged in yet. So try and log in. wholeev.com. It's network. Okay, network issues. Okay. Check my internet. Okay. We would leave the polls for now. We'll come back to the poll. So this is the Power Platform page or Telegram group. There are lots of resources here, free trainings, lots of stuff. So if you haven't joined this group, please do. You can take a picture of the screen and do it later if you want, or you just scan the barcode. So people joining us online as well, please just scan the barcode and join the group because you have so many free stuff there. Lots of interesting things there. Again, we're going to share this with you at the end. Okay, good. All right. So introduction to the Power Platform. So I'm David, and really my career all started really with data. I read accounting in University in Kano, Bayero University, quite a while ago. Then I joined Anderson. Do you know what happened to Anderson? They kind of played with data in a wrong way, and then they died worldwide. The company went under, unfortunately, because they were shredding data they shouldn't have shredded, and something around Enron. So you can see that data not used properly is also very dangerous. And then I joined KPMG, and I'm an accountant, as I said, chartered accountant, chartered tax. And then we started D. Brown Consulting about 15 years ago. Then D. Brown Consulting does training, so I have certifications from ATD. I'm a master trainer, master instructional designer, CFA Institute too. I'm a member there. And then we became Microsoft partners, and we're going deeper into what Microsoft does. And in fact, Power BI was invented, who knows? Small prize for you at the back. Who knows when Power BI was invented? Yes, shout. 2011. No, not 2011. Some parts of Power BI were invented around 2011, but then it became Power BI in 2015. Is that what you wanted to say? Okay, I trust you. Yes, so you get the prize. 2015. So Power BI was invented in 2015. And, and in fact, Power BI is one of the Power Platform, right? There are 4 in the family. One of the Power Platform is the first one, and a lot of its roots came from Excel from something called MDX and something called SQL, right? So those three are the influences for Power BI, and that has been my baby for a long time. I was frustrated in my career building applications and I'm not able to share it with people. Yeah, I can't share these applications with people because if I build something on Excel, the best way to share it is email. You just email it to somebody and then the person changes it, another person changes it. So you have different versions of the truth. One important thing when you're working with a Power Platform is one version of the truth. What does that mean? You have data, you've changed it, everybody should see that you've changed it. So it shouldn't, oh, that thing you presented, how come you didn't have ABC? Oh, no, but I had it on mine. Oh, I didn't have it on yours. So arguments start because you don't have the same version of the truth. So Power BI, once it came out, I was super, super excited because it was going to solve a lot of my problems. So in fact, I got the privilege of going to Israel before the launch. So this is me. This is me in Israel before the launch of Power BI, before the worldwide launch of Power BI. This is the Power BI team, very tiny team at the time. Right? It's a huge product now. So just before the launch, February 2015, I was there and really looking, I knew this was going to be a game changer right from then. So Power BI is one big thing that I do. And I got an MVP 4 years ago. And financial modeling is another thing I do. So really, I'm more in the finance sector. I do more things in the finance sector, and we use Power BI a lot. And the Power Platform is really, really powerful. So this is where I work, D Brown Consulting. We do training and consulting services. We build analytics systems, and we train on analytics systems. And one of you is going to win one of our major courses. So let's see if this one works this time. What is your current experience with Power Platform? Don't know if you see it on your screen. I think we've sorted the internet issues. Let's see if you can answer this. So what is your current experience? So I'm just going to use, so who is an expert? This person knows all the Power Platform, uses it, makes good money with it. Just stand up if you're that person. Okay, I'm standing up. So I guess it's only me. That's not, okay. What about, let's say if you never heard of it at all, just put your hand up. You've never really heard of it, just today. Okay, you are in a good spot. Do you know why you're in a good spot? Because you're going to learn the best practice. You're going to learn the best practice from the start. Some of us that have been doing it for a long time, we've been bringing our bad practice. So you're going to learn the best practice. Great. So I'll leave all the polls for now. Unfortunately, the technology is not working. And I'll just go straight into the presentation. All right, so digital transformation. When you're looking for work, and maybe I'll use hands. How many of us are looking for work right now? Anybody here? Okay, quite a lot of us. So there's a session we're going to do later on interviews. We're going to try and train you on how to interview. One word you should definitely know about when you're doing your interview is digital transformation. Every company in the world is basically going to be digitally transformed. Every company in the world is going to be a digital company. Whether you're manufacturing something, you must have that digital space. You must understand digital, right? So digital transformation, try and understand it. We have empowered employees. That's the first thing. You have empowered employees understanding how to use data to empower everything that they're doing. Everything revolves around data. But this empowerment leads to engaged customers. So when a customer basically comes into your office and you say, hi, Mr. Philip. Mr. Philip, how did you know it was Philip? Because he sent you a survey the other time and you saw his picture and you know it's him. So you're using data to kind of engage with him directly. So engaging customers is part of digital transformation, and then transforming products. So your products, all of them are tied digitally. You have an app you've built and your product is running through that app. So you have transformed products. Now with engaged customers, empowered employees and transformed products, you can have optimized operations. So you optimize your operations can run seamlessly. A lot of us have been working from home. And that is because of that digital transformation. If you haven't transformed digitally, you can't work from home. You must work from the office physically. So that's digital transformation. With this loop, what happens is you have data intelligence. You have captured digital signals from everywhere in your business. Every single thing has a digital signal. If you look at Facebook, you've gone on to Facebook, everything you do there is recorded. So in fact, I think sometimes I tell people Facebook knows you more than you. Because you see certain things and you're like, wow, how did it know that? Of course, it knows you. So there's always digital transformation in every single data product you use. So capture digital signals across businesses, connect and synthesize data. That's the next thing you do. And then you take action. So once you can move from action, from data, from signals to action, then you actually have a digital transformation or digital feedback loop working. Microsoft Power Platform. So the Power Platform itself is built as a low-code system. So you don't need to be a developer. You don't need to know how to code to use the Power Platform. Everything in the Power Platform that I will show you, you can do it in 5 minutes. You can start with the first one, Power BI. You can do business analytics in 5 minutes. You just have your data, connect to it, and you'll be able to do some analytics. This, I think, even though I'm a bit biased, this is the first bit I think you should learn. Why? Because your CEOs, the executives, that's what they see. They will see these beautiful visualizations and everything, but at the back end, there's a lot of work going on, right? So that analytics, you need to be very good at visualizing data. Then Power Apps, you have application development where you're building applications. So the same apps you see on your phone, but this one is more like corporate apps. So the corporation, people within the corporation mostly are the ones using that app. So they log on to an environment. So Microsoft will give your company an environment. When you log into that environment, you create an app for that environment, and then everybody in that environment uses the app. So let's say you have 1,000 people, even say the elections, for example, you're managing the elections. You have about 1,000 people working all over the country. It's easier for them to have their app, log in, do whatever it is they're doing, and then you have a central data dump. So everything that these 1,000 people are doing is all aggregated into one place because you're running it from an app, not paper or pencil. So Power Apps, that's application development. Power Automate. Power Automate, take it as your automation engine. So you're connecting anything you do manually can be automated. So if you basically go to an email, somebody sends you an email and attaches something every day in your email. You've attached maybe a folder, and every single day you need to download that and take it to a folder, send an email to someone that says, hey, this person has sent us the document. All of that can be automated. So you just program it, it goes there, pulls out everything you did manually. Every step you did, you can program those steps. And that makes you far more efficient. And again, this is if you want to transform an organization. Imagine you're going for an interview and you understand the industry you're going for. Try and understand the pain points of that industry. What is the big problem they have? Or even ask what the big problem is. And in your mind, just think about triggers. These are different things that they're doing, these steps. And he asked the person at the interview, how long does this take the organization to do? I said, well, probably because when they say, do you have any questions? Please don't say no. Ask them the question. What's the biggest problem you currently have working with data and stuff? They'll tell you, how long does this take you? It takes me probably 10 hours, 20 people, 10 hours. 20 people, 10 hours. How many hours is that? My math's not very good. 20 people, 10 hours. 200, right? So 200 hours a week. How much is an hour worth to you? probably 10,000 naira. How much is that? 200 hours, 10,000 naira. How much? 2 million. So you now tell the person that I can completely automate that system for you. And how much is your salary? So you've already saved them 2 million a week. You're employed, right? So those are the kind of techniques you should use in your interviews. And Power Automate, that's how we use Power Automate. It will automate that process, eliminate it from the business, and then, of course, makes you far more productive. Power Virtual Agent. Power Virtual Agent. This is a bot. We all know bots, right? This is a bot. Power Virtual Agent is a bot. It's like your employee. Again, another thing you would ask is, what is something you do repetitively that is so mundane that you wonder why people keep stressing you? Let me give you an example. Is there maybe you're somebody in the office that someone comes to and asks, please, can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? Can you help me with this? Can you help me with that? And it's good, you help people, but you spend about an hour a day doing that. A lot of people in HR do that, and anyone that's really good at anything would also have people asking them these questions. Why don't they just ask a robot? That's why. So you can create a robot of yourself. When people come, they ask me, can you help me change this to this? Can you help me do this? Can you help me do that? All those can you help me are questions. Frequently asked questions. You go to your Power Virtual Agent, you type all those questions there. These are things people ask. What is it that you do after they ask this question? Maybe the next thing you say, oh, let me try and understand what it is you're saying. Is it one of these three options? That's what you say in real life, right? Go to the bot and ask, is it one of these three options? Put those three options there. Then you know that the next thing you do is, okay, when they pick this option, the first option, it means that they need this file. So in the bot, when they click that, you tell it, when they click this, give them this file to download, right? You've eliminated that first step. Second step, when they click this, ask them another question. Oh, you said Power Platform. Which bit of the Power Platform are you interested in? That's your next question. So in the bot, you tell the bot, when they click this, give them a list of 4 things in the Power Platform. Power Virtual Agent, do you get? So then in real life, what do you do when you say, oh, it's Power BI? Oh, Power BI. Okay, yeah, you need a documentation. So in the bot, you tell the bot, when they click Power BI, then do this. So you sit down and recreate that process in Power Virtual Agent. It's extremely powerful. So you've now eliminated that mundane task. So you can now start doing higher value work. Anytime, and this is for anyone in work now or going to work, anytime you see yourself repeating something, just know you are inefficient. You're repeating it many times. Just stop and say, which one of these do I need to transform the way I work? Because at the end of the day, the Power Platform is for efficient working. It's a business application to make you efficient at work. So you should be able to identify one of these to say, okay, which one of these will solve this problem? Power Apps, you build an application. So instead of filling a form, I know a lot of you in Unilag, lots of forms. There are plenty of forms all over the place. Every single one of those forms can be made into an app. So you fill it in an app, and once you fill it in an app, it's now digital. So that's Power Apps, right? And there's so many more things you can do with Power Apps. Then the Automate itself, as I said, you're automating every single step of the way. So Power Apps and Power Automate, they work together a lot. Yeah, they're automating everything. And I've just talked about Power Virtual Agent. At the end of the day, all these wonderful things you've done and all the data in your organization, you need to visualize it so people can make decisions. And that is Power BI. So do you get the Power Platform, how it all works? Yes? And the most important thing there is everything is data that's feeding it. And nice thing about Power Platform is it can connect to every data source out there, including a PDF file. Even if you have a PDF file, to connect to the PDF file and suck the data out of the PDF file. It is super powerful, right? And so you have data connectors, you have portals, you even have portal apps now for Power Apps. AI Builder, so you could tell an AI engine to kind of look at the patterns there and do the work for you. That's AI Builder. And then Power Virtual Agents. And then, of course, you have the Dataverse. That's like the whole universe of data. So data is key. Let's try one last time. What industry do you work in currently? try and answer that. Okay, so the tech is now working. We have a game that needs the technology. We'll see, hopefully it will work before the game. Okay, so this is the data. This is basically the platform itself, the Power Platform. So these are the four. Now, you don't need to learn coding to be able to use it. But if you're a coder, if you're a developer, you can also use it to really build some wonderful solutions, some really massive solutions using all the steps at the back, Azure services, Azure Office data services, and you have your Visual Studio. So if you're a developer, you can go deeper. But what I advise you do, go and play with this. You can get it for free. I'll give you the website since we don't have internet right. I'll give you the websites where you can go to log on and get all of this for free. But what I'm going to do now is we're going to share experiences. We're going to just share some experiences around the Power Platform and business cases, use cases. And I'm going to bring up someone that's going to talk about Power Apps. What did she do with Power Apps? What kind of solution did she create with Power Apps? But just to remind you, what is Power Apps? You're building apps for web and mobile with Power Apps. You collaborate. You basically build out, remove IT development. You don't need IT to build it. On your own, you can build an app. With AI Builder as well, anyone developing apps can readily integrate AI functionality that automates tasks like image recognition and the rest. On the online Telegram group, once you join, I'm going to share an image recognition software built on the app that will look at your face and tell you your age. So I'll share that on the Telegram group. So you just download it, you look at it, you look at your face, you tell your age. If you look at a text, maybe a picture with some images or text in it, to extract the image, to extract the text from that picture, and you'll see how that works. And you'll probably see how to develop it as well if you join the Telegram group. And the anatomy of an app, well, any platform supports it. Any platform supports it can connect to any service. And then you share apps like documents. So it's, if you know PowerPoint, then you can build the app. It's just like PowerPoint, you're dragging object and telling this object, do this. And if you know Excel, you know in Excel, you can say, if this is that, then do this. Same thing in Power Apps. They built it a bit like Excel, so it's easy for you to use. Very, very straightforward. Seamless integration. Sorry, slides went off. Okay. Seamless integration, so it integrates with all data sources again. And again, you can use Power Automate to do a lot of the automation internally. Then extensible model, it's just like Lego. If you know Lego, you're plugging things into it and it works. Then you have what you see is what you get, which again, as I said, like PowerPoint, you're actually seeing and developing. You don't need to, it's not coding blind. You're seeing and developing as you move. Data connectivity, connect to over, as I said, 230. Currently, I think it's even 250 data sources. So 250 connectors to different sources. And if you're a developer, you can use something called an ODBC connector to connect to other sources that are kind of strange and don't have their own connectors. Then build in data platform. Use the common data service or common data service from Microsoft in store to build in your, as like a Canvas app directly. And then app logic, if you can understand formulas in Excel, then you can build formulas in Power Apps. So that's how it was built to make it easy for us to use. So to talk about Power Apps, just brief experience, I will bring in on board Chukwunoyo Kafo. So she's been an analyst and she's developed an app for a client, but she'll talk about some of the apps she's developed. So let's give her a hand to Chukwunoyo.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. So my name is Chukwunoye Okafor. Chukwunoye Ibinabo Okafor. If you check that on LinkedIn. So I'm a graduate of University of Calabar. Actually studied mathematics and statistics. So I joined D Brown last year, January, and I can say D Brown has been really helpful in my career. I've learned so many things on joining D Brown, and within 6 months, I was even able to start creating apps using Power BI, Power Automate, and also Power Virtual Agent. So I'm going to talk about an application that we developed for a client. So it's actually a mining company in Africa, about I think one of the largest gold mining companies. So that company has it's kind of like in a location, and in that particular location, they have numerous staffs there. And in that company environment, you have the residential area, you have hospitals there, and you also have the mine site. So due to the emergence of COVID-19, that's the pandemic, there were a lot of things that happened. You know what happens? So many business folded up, and there were a lot of things. So many people lost their jobs, and some companies had to cut their staff short. So in this mine site, they had to restrict the number of persons that were coming to the mine site. If you notice, that's why some companies went remote. So sometimes you have to send an approval form. I'm coming to the office today. Do not approve. Okay, if your reason is quite important, you should come to the office that particular day. So that's what happened in the mine. So they needed to put measures in place to mitigate the spread of the COVID-19 virus. So they actually started with a manual process. So we're going to talk about what Power Apps help them to do to transform this manual process. So what they started with, people come to the office, okay, I've traveled, and then you just come back to the office, and then what they do is, okay, what do we do? People are coming from different locations. How do we solve this problem? So what they did is they came up with a form, a normal form that we fill. And in the form, you have things like your name, your travel history, where have you been to? Do you have symptoms of COVID? All those are in the form before they now send it for approval. So they travel back home and they give that form maybe to the manager or anyone they see at the mine site so that they can approve that form. So they start waiting for approval. So something I didn't mention, they had to send most of the people living in the residential area out of the mine. So that's why workers were coming back or visitors were coming to continue their jobs. So they wait for approval, and sometimes it gets approved. Sometimes maybe if they have symptoms of COVID, they don't approve it. So when it gets approved, they have to come back to the mine. So it's just like a long process. Like today I'll submit a form, then tomorrow or next tomorrow I'll now come back after they've approved it. So after they've approved it, you come back to the mine and you discover in large organizations you have your security there. They'll ask you, okay, what are you coming here to do? Something like that. And then you come, okay, my manager has approved me to come to the office today, but the security did not get an information as regards that. So now there's a communication gap. People are coming to the office, they've been approved to come to the office, but the security doesn't have knowledge of that. So they needed to transform this process. They needed to transform it from a manual process to an automated process. So that's where Power Apps came in. They had to look for a solution. And at my company, D-Brown, we came up with a solution for them using Power Apps. So we integrated, in Power Apps, you have three types of app. You have your Canva app, you have your Portal app, and you have your model-driven apps. So we created a Canva app and a Portal app. So I said Canva, model-driven, and Portal apps. So for the Canva app, you have it like a drag and drop interface, like David said. What you see is what you get. Then your Portal app is just like a portal, your normal website. So the staffs will come in, fill in their details, and then it's submitted to their manager. And then they use the Power Automate. With the integration of Power Automate, once you submit, you click the button to submit, it sends an email to your manager, oh, this person wants to come to the office. And then the manager can decide to approve or disapprove. So once they approve, those people at the security gate or the security department will get an email also, this particular person is coming to the office. So that's how we're able to use Power Apps to solve their problem. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Noya. Thank you very much, Noya. The key word there is problem, really problem. You need to identify problems and be a problem fixer. So don't go and say, okay, I'm a developer, I'm a this. No, you're a problem fixer. That's what you do. You fix problems. Because companies have loads of problems. And fixing problems means making money for them, reducing time that it takes to do that thing and making money. So a problem fixer. All right. So that's Power Apps. And let's talk about Power Virtual Agents. I already talked to you about Power Virtual Agent. You've created yourself, a mini bot of yourself, and it's automating those things that you really don't want to do. When someone asks you, can you help me? Yes. Is it related to this? Okay. Here's a link. Talk to my bot. Right? So talk to the bot and the bot solves it. But let's make this more practical. Let me introduce a colleague of mine, Sadiq. He has a bot that he built and he wants to talk about it. Sadiq?
Good morning, everyone. Are we still in the morning or in the afternoon? Okay. Good morning, everyone. All right. So my name is Sadiq Yusuf. I work at D Brown Consulting. Um, all right. Let me ask us a question. How many of us are, um, should I say, a first-class student or deanly student or brilliant student? For me, I'm a brilliant student from the back. So let me just, for you, some of us that are very brilliant in the class, in the department. Now, okay, let me just paint for us. Let's say you're given an assignment, GST 101 or MSc 101 and so on like that. With deadline, you need to submit the following morning to your class governor and so on like that. And your colleagues are already aware that you are the guru of the class. And you too, you have a lot of things that you are doing already. So it has already taken your time, and you have just limited time to complete that assignment and submit. So your timeline is very small. Now, we all know that when we are in school, a lot of people will just come to your house, copy and paste. How many of us do copy and paste? I'm number one. So follow me. Thank you very much. Okay, so we copy, we paste, and submit. But for some people, not people like me, I copy, I paste, submit. In the exam, we meet in the exam or do this. But for some people, they be asking, please, sorry, what's your name? Huh? Lola. They be asking, Lola, please, how do you arrive like this? Are you also battling with yours? Another person will just drag you. Please, how did you arrive like this? Before you know it, time is going. They will not be able to complete theirs. And your major task of the day, you'll not be able to complete. And at the end of the day, just okay, the final answer is 7. Just 7 and submit. So we found out that that process it really affects you and people that surrounds you. The same thing in the workplace. Most especially, just like David said, for people that are very good or for the HR people. Let me use them as an example. I might come to ask HR, please, how many days do I have for my leave? HR, when are we going on? Is there public holiday on so date? Does the company has a policy for career growth? Can I, if I write any professional exam, will the company reimburse me? And if they are going to reimburse me, is it going to be in full or going to be part? Or and so many questions like that. Even some of us are interested in our pay. When will I be promoted? When will my salary increase? What can I do to get promoted within 6 months of joining the company? Because so questions, we have numerous questions. So this is one of the reasons why one of our clients they are being choked by questions from different departments here and there, different locations all over the country. In fact, one of our clients is one of the leading financial institutions in Nigeria. So they had to come and say, you know what? If we continue like this, we might end up dropping dead or even we will sack ourselves since we are the HR because we are no longer productive. they are no longer productive. And why? Because of all these questions here and there, back and forth. At times, you find yourself answering the same question like 7 times in a day. The same kind will call you, when can I do this? Another person will make the same call, when can I do, can you do the same thing? You answer that same question over and over and over again. And just like David said, if you continue doing the same thing over and over again, then you're no longer productive. So let me come back to my story. So that client have to run to us, then we run to Power Platform. So that was what took us to Power Platform. Then we had to look for what can we use to solve their challenge. I don't like calling it problem, but it's a challenge. What can we use to solve that challenge? So we, at the end, we found out that they already have a data bank of questions, frequently asked questions. You know, they ask us questions about this, about leave application, different types of leave that we have, the career advancement, my payroll, which I'm most interested in. So we had to run back to Power Platform, like I said, and we found out that Power Virtual Agent is a very, very, very interesting tool. It's a powerful tool that can solve that challenge. And another thing is Power Platform, Power Virtual Agent, you don't really need to build a solution with it, but you can also use you can integrate all other powerful um, products of Power Platform, which are the Power App, the Power Automate, and in fact at the back end you can do an analysis of how it is running. So we end up we look at Power Virtual Agent, all the different questions that they already have. So we use those questions to they already have answers to it. Yeah, everything is solved already. So we just use that to create a bot for them. So in case you don't know, Power Virtual Agent allows you by simply dragging and dropping. You just drag and drop. Then you have created your Power Virtual Agent. As simple as that. So another thing that we were able to do with the Power Virtual Agent is we not only build a chatbot that answers all the FAQs, but also we say we can still go a step ahead. We ask them, what do you want to do again? Say leave application. Aside answering questions on leave, how many days am I entitled to, and so on. We have to what? Also build a leave application. So they have a product they used to build to apply for leave. They call it the SAP Success Factor, right? So we with the power of that, I say it's very powerful, very very powerful. In fact, if there's anything aside being powerful that I think we need to name this product, we need to give to this product. They are very powerful. So we have to use from power. We don't need to go to SAP again. From Power Virtual Agent, Power Virtual Agent, you can apply for your leave. And just two things. So virtual agents we have to be the connector. Like David said, we have over 250 connectors that Power Platform can connect to. So connect to the SAP. And when connecting to the SAP, it does two things. Number one is already have their leave information there. So we can retrieve any information about leave. Mr. Akari, you have used 3 days out of your 21 days. You can get it there. You have also number of days available. You can also get that there from there. That's one part of it. Then another thing is fetches information. Then another part of it is if you now want to apply, you apply from the virtual agent itself. And virtual agent what? Through the Power Automate, send your message into the SAP itself. Then your line managers, others they can also what? They can always take it up from there. So Power Platform with Power Virtual Agent, we're able to what? To solve that is there any other aside pain? Is really a pain in us. So yes, it is. So we were able to solve that. Then at the end of the day, we're like, thank you. It's as if you just put a up there. So that's how we were able to do that. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. Thank you for this. Thank you for this. It was very simple. No man is not simple.
some point, yes, it's simple to do certain things, but then connecting to other data sources, sometimes those data sources don't help. Have you been to somebody, you're talking to somebody, you guys know it. You're talking to you know, it's that kind of thing. Sometimes the power intelligence trying to talk to somebody and the guy is on thinking just like we are. Right? So it talks to different things. That's what a connector is. When you have connectors, it is some programmers that have sat down and made those two things talk to each other. Talk now, don't be rude. Talk to each other. Right? And that's what a connector is. Now, when you don't have a connector, you need to kind of learn the language, the speaking French, the speaking German, and the English to get them to talk to each other. That's what I know. Right, so that part of the show is very powerful. I suggest you jump into this because not many people in the world know how to use this. You become the expert very, very quickly. Right? So Power Automate. Now, Power Automate, this is the automation engine that kind of connects all these things and automates. All the other ones use Power Automate. Anytime you need to automate something, Power Automate. And automators work with triggers and actions. What is a trigger? Something triggers something. Maybe someone goes to a website and clicks. That's a trigger. Right? Any trigger at all, any action, something that you can know something has happened, something has happened. When you log onto an app and you click something, that's a trigger. Any action and you do a trigger, that trigger will lead to an action. It's as simple as that. So you have triggers, actions, triggers, actions, triggers, actions. Other applications are triggering to you. You are telling it when that application triggers you, this application do this. That's it. So you become an engineer, an architect, building a solution. And the nice thing about the Power Platform, just pick each application, which one do you think will do this thing best, but all of them work together very well. So quickly, for only 3 minutes, to talk about Power Automate. I'll bring another colleague of mine in to just talk about this. We'll send this slide to you. I've talked about triggers and actions. Mostly, we do some robotic process automation in Power Automate. So let's see, I'm using Power Automate. Well, thank you, David. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. The first thing, looking at the name here, let me think something. I just unfortunately, I've never been to meeting. I've been in Lagos more than a year, but I only know a few places. I know better. And then I know more of this one. Yeah, but I know. Today is my first time in Yaba. Thank you very much. All right, I'm ready about it. Okay? Anyone from Yaba here? Interesting. Look at that. Okay, let's talk about Power Automate. We've heard a lot about the Power Automate. And the bottom line is that we want to be productive with whatever we are doing. Myself, I have some attributes. One, I talk so much. I'm a talkative. Secondly, I'm lazy. So those two things would always push me back to think about whatever I do. I want to analyze what I'm doing and then saying, instead of having to do these things repeatedly, there should be a way out. So like the example that Sadiq gave earlier, he mentioned that in the higher institution we have a number of courses. Yes, we do assignments. Okay, it's not is it a crime? Our lecturers know now. They are aware. They know. But some of us we are still lazy to do. And that's when we now speak to maybe a friend. Some people have girlfriends, right? And that's the essence of that girlfriend, right? What else does the person do? I told you, what's up now? The assignment. Oh, don't worry, I've submitted. She didn't do it herself too. She, But then, this person that's lazy is trying to look out for other means to get the same thing done, but probably faster. And that is the essence of you thinking around how to automate processes. Let me give us an example. Has anyone at any point in time you've had to transfer some files on your system, maybe onto a flash, an external drive? Have you done that before? Good.
Assuming we want to transfer, say, 20 gig of data, that's the size of the file, from your system onto an external drive. How long will that take? How long? 1 hour? Sometimes a day. Sometimes your system will crash. Yes or yes? It depends on, the specification of the system, how heavy the files, and all. But this is one of those things that we can actually deploy some of these products to do for us. Power Automate, to be precise. When we talk about Power Automate, we have a number of flows. 5 types of flows, basically. One of those is what is called the desktop flows or the UI flows. And that is what deploys RPA. Have we heard about RPA before? Robotics Process Automation. Have we heard about it? What's the difference between RPA and robotics? We have robotics, then we have robotics process automation. Are they the same? Are they the same? They are not the same, actually. So with RPA, you can actually design a flow within RPA that would go to that folder or whatever you want to transfer from your system and tell it to now save in the other directory. And that will be done in minutes for you. It's just for you to, after designing the entire process, you understand it, you have designed, then the next thing for you to do is to, make it active. Once you activate it, that's all about it. You just see that your flow is running, you see the number of seconds it takes, and then at the end of the whole show, you have your files wherever you want it to be. There are a number of things on Power Automate, really. One of those things I have personally, because at Deep Brown, one of what I do is I manage our webinars. I noticed that for webinars, after the webinar, I would have to send out the evaluation, the feedback in PDF to the speakers. But you understand that this thing that I'm sending, I send it out weekly. The feedback I would send out in PDF, I would have done a number of things. You cannot start your document on PDF. Do you start on PDF? Where do you start from? Maybe Word or maybe Excel. I would have put this thing on Excel. Then I'll save as to get it to PDF. Then I'll go to Outlook, the email, attach the file, then send. But sometimes I forget because I am correct. So now, what I now thought of is I'm sending out the same email. Dear, please find attached, the same thing. You're not editing anything. So why should I do it weekly? So then I thought of, okay, what you can do, design a flow within Power Automate. The only thing you need to do is to say you extract the feedback. Once you have extracted the feedback, save it in a folder, maybe on SharePoint, OneDrive, just save it in a folder. Then have a flow that will pick that file from that folder and then convert it to a PDF. Once it gets to PDF, then the other part of the flow will be that send an email. So they send an email, pick the email address from whatever file you use as your data source, picks the email address, send the same thing, there's something, find attached. And that's all. And I'm there eating my food. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So thank you, Musin. That's not from Mushin. Yes, Musin is not from Mushin. So, and you pronounce it Musin. Yes. So thanks a lot for that. Again, he said he's lazy, but really, lazy people are very, very, very productive. Yeah. So, in fact, you are busy pounding yam. How many of you pounded yam like this every time? I don't know who now came and said, "Look, I love this pounded yam, but really, I can't be pounding." And then, of course, you know what they invented? Poundo yam, right? The machine does it. So it's laziness is not too bad. Yes. So Power BI. So Power BI is, as I said, that's my baby. And Power BI, this is really what I want to do with Power BI is let's win a course. So we're going to win this $1,000 course now. We don't have much time to talk about it. I want you to go to that Telegram group if you haven't. All these resources are going to be there. We've had a little technology issues, but Power BI is that tool that kind of brings everything together and then reports on what has happened. So all the Power Apps, all the triggers, all the actions, everything, including all the data you have in the organization, connecting to it and building a data model. You're saying this data talks to this data, talks to this data. You have to understand how you build a data model. And then you now build that tool on Power BI. And the technology for Power BI is also in Excel. Many people don't know this. The technology for building Power BI, everything about Power BI is in Excel already. In Excel, it's called Power Pivot, a language called DAX. There's Power Query and a language called M. It's in Excel. And all of that together is kind of what we have as Power BI. But instead of using Excel with cells, you're using like a canvas with like PowerPoint. So it's like PowerPoint, you're dragging and dropping. So they work very well together and it's extremely powerful. So that's Power BI. So what I'm going to do now is we'll just jump straight to, I'm just going to jump straight to the solution, or let's go to the winning this prize. So I want you to join this just to see who is going to win this $1,000, right? Because so you're going to go to a website called kahoot.com or .it, kahoot.it, kahoot.it, and you have this game pin. You put in that game pin, and the games will begin. So I'll give you 1 minute to just join, and then we play the game. I'll see who wins. 1 minute. Let's quickly join. Let's all join. Let's all join. Let's all join. After I see 30 people or 40 people, I'll stop it. So let's join. About 20 people have joined already, I've heard. Join, 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 join. It's hanging, right? The internet is, I think this is one of the oldest buildings in Unilag, right? Very thick, correct concrete. So data is not coming in. So let's join. I'm going to stop in 30 seconds. I'm stopping. It's still not in. I'm stopping. How many? So 30 seconds. Okay, 10 more seconds left to join. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you can see all the people. See your names: James, Crown, Bashir, Chris. Well, oh, see, they're all joining now when I said I'm stopping. Okay, are we ready to play? Okay, are we ready? Okay, we'll have consolation prize for second and third, just small consolation prize. Okay, let's start. So this is the quiz, general quiz. We're ready to start. First question up. What is the most popular Microsoft Office application? Very easy question. Speed, speed, speed. You have 10 seconds. Speed. What's the most popular Microsoft application? Very simple. Yes, which one is the most popular? What's the most popular? What's the most popular? Okay. Time is coming up. Time is coming up. Time is coming up. Time is coming up. Time is up. Right. Time up. All right. So what do you think? What do you think the answer is? All of you chose Excel because I've been saying Excel, 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 Excel. You're wrong. It is Word, Microsoft Word. More people use Word than Excel. Yes. So let's see who is leading this charge. Who is Dro? Who is Dro? Who is Dro? Just stand up, stand up, stand up. Where are you? Where are you? Dro. Oh, okay. Some people are joining us online too. So you're in the lead now. There are 4 more questions. Next question. How often is Power BI Desktop updated by Microsoft? How often is it updated? Power BI Desktop, how often do they update it? How often do they update it? You can be clicking next at the top. How often do they update it? Wait, let's see. Okay. Time is coming. Time. Okay, you're still answering. All right, time up. Wait, so 85 is monthly. Monthly. Let's see who is in the lead right now. Who is in the lead? Time points. Oh, success. Ikuku, where are you? Success, where are you? Okay, you're in the lead right now. 1,906 points. Wow. You're not joking at all. Okay. So, next question. What is the name or new name of Microsoft Flow? What's the new name of Microsoft Flow? What's the new name for Microsoft Flow? Flow Master, Power Apps, Microsoft Connect, Power Automate. What's the new name for Microsoft Flow? You have 12 seconds left, 12 seconds left. 10, 9, 8, 7. Okay. Somebody's still thinking hard. Answer, don't think too hard. Okay. So what's the new? Who said Flow Master? Let's see. Flow Master. That's a very nice name, but no. Okay, who is in the lead? Who is in the lead? Let's check. Success is still in the lead. Hey, Success is still in the lead. Success, very okay. Let's see who's going to overtake him. Let's go next. So, what year was Power BI created? I said it here. What year was Power BI created? What year was Power BI created? If you miss it, then you are just not listening to me. You're on your phone. What year was Power BI created? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. What year was it created? Is it 2010? What do you think? A lot of you got it. Who is that 2010? 15 of you. Where were you? 2018. Okay. So let's see who is in the lead. Have we overtaken Success? No. Wow. 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 You know, it's also speed if you're very fast. So let us see if Success is able to successfully stay there as number one. Who is the current CEO of Microsoft? It's not correctly spelled. So, what's the closest spelling to the current CEO of Microsoft? Closest spelling, right? Closest spelling to the current CEO of Microsoft. Okay. So, small error there. So, is it Steve Ballmer? No, it is Satya Nadella. And wait, let's see. Success. I'm rooting for Success. Is next the podium number 3. The third person is John. John, who is that? Who is that? Oh yes, nice. No, Tommy is number 1 is Success. Yes. Come. So Success, please. Success has won a 5-week program that will give him Power BI in detail. 5-week program worth $1,000. $1,000. Success. Excellent. So just tell us about yourself. Come up. Tell us just briefly about yourself. Congratulations. The other 2, you're going to get trainings, but it's not definitely, you'll get some prizes. Yeah. Success. Tell us about yourself.
Hello. Hello, everybody. My name is Success Ikuku. I'm a student of Unilag. I'm from the Department of Mathematics. I'm into data analytics, and I'm here.
Give him a hand. Excellent. So do please join the Telegram group. Do you want me to put it up again one last time? Join the Telegram group, and then you get all the materials here, plus the demos we couldn't do. You see the videos there on the Telegram group. Okay, so right, this was an important bit, but you will get this. There's a documentation for all the skills you need to learn. If you want to learn Power BI, we have all the exams you need to do. We have all that listed. So I'm going to put a PDF on the Telegram group so you would download it. Good. So again, I'm just told that you're going to win exam vouchers. You have a challenge where you win exam vouchers to do these exams, all right? And we're trying to also get sponsorship so we can get free exams for you. So those are the exams. We go right. No, It's going the other way. Yeah, it's there in the end. Okay, so this is the Telegram group again. Make sure you join this. There are almost 1,300 people there. All the materials will be there and everything to support you to be powerful in Power Platform. Remember, this is transformational. This will transform companies, and this is how you can get a job. And frankly speaking, sometimes you don't need a job. Once you have that skill, you can be hired virtually anywhere in the world. Once you have that skill, you can sit in your house in Mushin. Please listen, you need to go to Mushin to visit Mushin. It's a very nice place. So go to your house in Mushin and you work for a company in Canada. Why should you go to Canada? Is there Canada in Canada? No Canada in Canada. Let's just stay here. Anyway, so you should basically be able to work for any company in the world here once you have the skills. So all the exams that you need to do and the support you need will give you that support. And so I'd like to say a big thank you very much to all the organizers. It's been a lot of work to get this organized. And thank you to you and thanks to Unilag for hosting us. And we'll see you online.
Thank you very much, David. Wow. He said this session will be explosive. Can someone confirm that? Was it explosive? Where is that success? I have one question for you. If you get this one, then you get another 1,000 gift vouchers. What month did David went to? What was that? For the Power Platform, Power BI preview meetup. Is successful? Are you success? Okay, so guys, I want us to put our hands together once again to celebrate the amazing work that is being done at Deep Brown Consulting. They're also one of our sponsors today. You can see different use cases of this Power Platform. So fantastic. I mean, those are ideas for you to catch up with easily. Who can mention the 4 applications in this stack? Someone. I know. It shows that the session was actually really grounded. It went deep. Now I'm about talking about the next session. I'm bringing up the next person. But before that, I want you to pay attention and tweet what we are doing right here. Bring out your phone again and take a picture of someone beside you or the crowd, and make a tweet. Add something to it, add emoji, and put the hashtag GPPB 2022, hashtag GPPB 2022 Lagos. For the breakout session speakers, please can you go outside and meet with David right now? Breakout speakers, please go outside and meet with David. He's expecting you there. Okay. The next session we're having is a breakout session. Hello.